Hello Deadlockers! Today we look at tips and tricks by Shadow, a Masters TFT player and high MMR pocket player. He was kind enough to provide us highlights of his gameplay to serve as an informational guide. Starting with this solo kill on Wraith.
I wish it didn't have to go this way.
Here's a neat little trick he uses to maximize Pocket's damage in the laning phase. All footage has been provided to us by the player, and here if we can see when he uses left click to cancel his skill 3 ability, as opposed to spacebar or the ability key, Pocket will basically shoot once from his shotgun when canceling his satchel. And this of course will help us maximize our damage in the laning phase. Getting both instances of skill 3 and gun damage, you can see how both the suitcase and gun damage kill Wraith in his highlight. Another thing he is notorious for doing is getting his ultimate off as often as possible. Staying close in the laning phase and looking for his ult. It's a way to get complete agency in your lane, regardless of it ending up in a kill or not. Once the laning phase is over, which in Deadlock is quite fast, you can't defend your lane forever. He roams, ganking and looking to get other Guardians with his team.
I need this to work.
The same principles from the laning phase apply to ganks. The only reason he cloaks into the alcove behind Abrams is because your goal as Pocket is to drive people out of their lanes, getting your ultimate off as often as possible, and not worrying about it resulting in kills or not, which in this clip the Abram kind of overstays. Macro is the big picture concept to win the match or your map-wide decision making. This includes how you interact with ability objective focus, and the overall strategy to secure the win. Pushing and fixing side lanes is important, and you should not blindly push every walker on the map. He sees a ping going on to Abrams, and it's important to learn the map and use the map to your advantage. He uses the map layout to engage a pick. Seven and Grey Talon are defending the lane, and as Pocket we should always look to ult as often as possible, driving people out of lanes and positions. Once you get Majestic Leap, which he says is a core item, you can start to look for better picks on the map and increase your overall presence.
Locking him down. I see Abram. I see 7.
Using the gun to cancel skill 3 on Last Drop here gives him 51 free damage. Coupled with Haze Sleep, they set up a free kill on his teammate.
This far just to die now.
Another way he likes to combo together is by waiting for skill 2 to register before popping the satchel, just to confirm both instances of damage. For other combos, it's always skill 1 for engage due to its damage amp per missile hit. Each projectile landed on a hero grants you a stacking buff that amplifies all of your damage. Majestic Leap isn't always an engage tool. You can use the same cloak hit into Satchel to confirm damage and use his movement in any way you want. There are a million ways to close distance given the map and your circumstances to get your skills off on the enemy. Getting an ultimate like this off turns a losing fight into one that the enemy can no longer handle and make a push with. While the hero and item adjustments are constantly changing in the meta, items that Pocket likes to build have been adjusted along with nerfs to his barrage amp per stack, being reduced from 7% to 6%, slow reduced from 40% to 30%, and item changes like Phantom Strike. Damage being reduced from 150 to 75, and spirit power scaling reduced from 2 to 1. For this patch, he's building Enduring Spirit, Hollow Point Ward, and Close Quarters. Enduring Spirit is important for early survivability as it is a vitality item and grants Pocket 10% spirit lifesteal with +4 spirit power. Both Hollow Point Ward and Close Quarters respectively grant +85 spirit shield health and 85 bullet shield health. These are easy ways to build aggressively and defensively in the laning phase, especially since Pocket has an innate -15% spirit resist. You want to close out the laning phase with Mystic Burst and Mystic Reach before picking up extra stamina and sprint boots for moving around the map. The true core items for Pocket are Improved Burst, Kinetic Dash, Majestic Leap, and Warp Stone. By 26,000 souls, you really want improved cooldown, Mystic Vulnerability, and superior cooldown. Your T4 items are typically Diviner's Kevlar and Phantom Strike, despite its nerfs. Defensive options such as Ethereal Shift or Unstoppable are good as needed in the game state. There are a lot of defensive and utility options such as Spirit Lifesteal and Spirit/Bullet Armors, but those are game-specific and vary between matchups. Pocket is a snowball-centric character who thrives when ahead but can be challenging to play from behind. His core strength comes from utilizing key items like Majestic Leap and Warp Stone, which enhance his damage, survivability, and mobility. With these items, Pocket can make game-changing plays across the map, easily engaging or escaping fights. He has the potential to turn the tide of teamfights by landing Affliction on multiple enemies, providing a significant advantage to his team. Beyond his core build, Pocket can benefit from situational items like Reactive Barrier for added protection, Metal Skin, with its cooldown now reduced, for increased durability, or Silence Glyph to counter specific matchups. By adapting his item choices, Pocket can remain impactful throughout the game, even in tough scenarios. Difficult matchups for Pocket include Vindicta and Grey Talon, due to their superior range and control during the laning phase, though these challenges become more manageable with proper itemization. A key weakness for Pocket is his vulnerability to being poked from a distance, as his shotgun requires close to mid-range positioning to deal damage effectively. Additionally, Pocket has a moderate learning curve because his core play patterns rely heavily on cancel mechanics, and players must be comfortable engaging in constant close-range combat. While Pocket excels at getting in and out of fights quickly, he can be easily locked down, limiting his ability to execute outplays if not handled carefully. The skill upgrades he does on Pocket are to max his skill 1 first, then into skill 4. Skill 2 and 3 post-nerf have more lackluster rewards for maxing and are not a priority. Throughout the game's phases, remember that Pocket only deals significant damage after landing his barrage. Once that hits, you can apply Affliction damage when the damage amplification kicks in. Pocket excels at quick bursts of damage and mobility, making him effective at diving in and out of fights. To maximize these traits, focus on leveling up Barrage. However, despite his strengths, Pocket's lack of spirit resistance is a notable weakness. When facing opponents who rely on spirit abilities, you'll need to emphasize his agility and versatility over raw power. By carefully selecting the right abilities and items, you can build Pocket optimally for the early, mid, and late game. Pocket's movement is one of his greatest assets, allowing for incredible outplays, especially once you have access to Majestic Leap and Warp Stone. These abilities give you unmatched mobility, letting you dart around the map, reposition during fights, and catch enemies off guard. With Majestic Leap, you can easily dive into or escape from dangerous situations, while Warpstone adds a layer of unpredictability, making it difficult for enemies to pin you down. Being unpredictable is key to maximizing Pocket's potential. His ability to quickly change position can throw off opponents' targeting and disrupt their plans. Mastering his movement allows you to outmaneuver slower champions, avoid dangerous abilities, and create space for well-timed engagements. Whether you're dodging attacks or setting up for the perfect barrage, Pocket's mobility ensures that you stay in control of the pace of the match, making him a force to be reckoned with when played skillfully. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. Drop a comment if you've got any questions or thoughts about Pocket's build and movement tips. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of the highlights.
Last forever. Wasn't personal.
Nice work!
Deflection. Try to kill me. Just stay out of my way.